Yo, so what's going on, you awesome windividuals? That's right, I called you windividuals because you are all winners in my heart. Except for you, you're ugly. Yeah, you. Anyways, what's going on, Battlefielders? My name's Pone. We're doing another episode of Underrated. Today we have the G36c, which in my opinion is definitely an underrated weapon. I want to come to its rescue and tell you a little bit about it. Now, the G36, statistically looking straight at it, is kind of an average, decent weapon. You look at what it's capable of, you find out that it has a couple of advantages, a couple of holdbacks, and I'm going to tell you why this is my favorite gun in the engineer category. As of right now, what you're curious about what I'm using the G36c with the holographic and the heavy barrel, and I'm going to tell you why I use this loadout and why I prefer it with this gun, because I think there are only two weapons that I like to use the holographic on, and both of them, hopefully, actually, they kind of look similar too, and that's the UMP45 and, of course, the G36, and the reason for being is because I think it's a perfect sight, a perfect optic to have on your gun when you plan on being aggressive and doing close quarters combat. Now, the reason for being is, the reason I love the G36c is because it matches my playstyle. It is, in my opinion, the best close range weapon in the engineering category, and the only gun that I think comes close to this in close range that is very similar would be the UMP45, and that's an all-kit weapon, which is obviously great to interchange. But talking about the category alone, lots of the guns they kind of have a pair in the category. You know, the M4A1 ACW, statistically they have a couple differences, but they're pretty close. They're both great at long range, pretty decent at medium range, and kind of meh in close range. But then you take this gun into consideration, one of the only guns in the category that is actually really, really proficient and exceptional in the close range category. And I think the only other gun that comes close to this, but they're so different statistically, it's very unusual to compare the two, is the MTAR. The MTAR is the only other gun that I think is great due to its rate of fire. It does have its holdbacks due to its reload rate and its recoil, but at the same time, the G36c is kind of statistically average. You know what I mean? It's just kind of that simple, you know, standard weapon. It's got nothing super great. It's a decent reload time, decent recoil. The damage is standard at 25. It starts to drop off to, I think it's 14.3 or something like that. So it's similar to a lot of the other guns in the category, but what makes it different is because it's really, really reliable in close range. So this gun, in my opinion, is great for close quarters. If you want to run the engineer class, also have the ability to have the rockets. Whether or not you're playing on Bazaar and you need the rockets to get a couple rebel kills, or you're even playing on something like this, as long as you know your areas, you know where to use your gun and in what situations to do so, this could be a great, reliable weapon. As you can tell right here, I'm firing from medium range. It's kind of reliable. I did miss a few shots, but again, it is a great gun. Right there, a lot of that was me because I wasn't burst firing. I didn't know which one of the two, and that was a new mistake on my part. But the gun is absolutely incredible. Like I said, there's nothing statistically I can set it to say this is the best close-range weapon in the game. It's from experience. It's definitely overlooked. A lot of people like to go with the G53 or SG553, and the reason for being, and which is weird because those are two, like I was talking about paired weapons, those two are very similar. I mean, different rates of fire, different recoils, but at the same time, those guns are damn near identical. I mean, experience-wise, they feel the same. They even look the same. So what makes this gun so different is because it's a little bit better in close range. I mean, it's got the same statistics as those guys, but something about this feels compact. It feels like a rushing weapon. It feels like the UMP45 when you run around with it. But it does have the ammo. It does have decent stats everywhere like that. But it also has a decent rate of fire, which is definitely what probably helps it a little bit in close range. The SG553 and the other ones do not keep up to it. So those guns are kind of built like medium range, you know, like the SG553 and the G53 are great guns in medium range. You know, I think they're perfect in the category for medium range, where the M4 and ACW are more for long range and okay at medium range. And the G36 and the MTAR are kind of the best close range options that you have that are still kind of reliable in medium range. And that's why I love it so much, is because it fits my playstyle. The G36 is not only underrated in my opinion, but it's also underused. Not enough people use it. I see so many people using the M4, even on like maps like Metro. I don't understand why people would choose the M4 over this gun on Metro, even rate of fire included and everything like that. This gun just seems like that much easier to manage close range weapon, and that's why I like putting the holographic on it, is because it does have a slightly rebellious amount of recoil on it, and that's why I like to use the holographic on it. You know where the initial shot's going to go with that little nipple dot right in the middle of the sight, but I find the holographic to be a great asset to any gun that you plan on being aggressive with, and if you need to in medium range situations, burst fire, because those first few shots are going to generally stay in that little area. So if you've got that locked on the center mass somewhere in the chest or anything like that, and you burst fire with the holographic, you can pretty much guarantee your first few bullets are going to hit in that area. That's what I'm doing right now, bursting right there. It took half of my mag away. Took me about 10 bullets to take that guy down from medium range. And that's what I love about it so much. That's what makes the G36c a great gun in medium and close range. Long range, put it to single shot. I mean, that's the obvious alternative. You could always put it to single shot if need be. You also, if you want to snipe people with rockets across the map, you have that at your advantage. Mines and torch makes this a great asset to the game. And it's even good in close quarters. Like I said, with rubble kills on Sand Crossing or Grand Bazaar makes this a definite underrated class. So go ahead and try it out. G36 holographic heavy barrel, one of the best, probably my favorite combination. The only gun that I like as much as this one is the G53, but again, I think the G53 is really great at medium range and okay at close and long range. So it's kind of at a different area where it I guess, outperforms the G36. So now that that's done, I've got a few announcements to make for you guys. I am bringing back Gun of the Week, and I'm going to be doing that with Call of Duty, Battlefield, and Medal of Honor. Now, I'm going to alternate those on Machinima because they did want to bring that show back in time for Black Ops. So I'm going to alternate those videos on Machinima. So expect to see at least one Gun of the Week Battlefield video a week from me. If you guys have never seen it before, it's something I used to do in Call of Duty. I don't know if I ever brought it to Battlefield or not. But it's basically the same concept of this underrated. We take a class or loadout that you guys vote on Facebook, and I use it every week, tell you the strengths and the weaknesses of it. So if you guys can, and you have not yet, follow it on Facebook. Those polls are going to be up every week. You guys should check that out. As well as to look into the live stream event that Andersel, myself, Mongol, and Lockley are going to be holding this weekend for Nova Gaming for charity. We're going to be checking that out Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern until probably 8 or 10 p.m. Eastern across all the popular games. We're going to be playing that on PC, and because we're only doing that on PC, I plan on doing another 3-hour live stream next week sometime for Xbox, PS3, and PC players, just so we can all get involved. I'm going to go out and buy an Xbox version of Battlefield 3 just to play with my fans. And thank you guys for all the support. So make sure you guys check that out. Stay tuned. Follow me on Twitter for updates and all that good stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. Love all the support. Try out this class. It really is my favorite in the category. Peace out, guys. Get it.